Hello, greetings again. It's nice to be together again once more. As usual, I've dedicated entire slots for exposing false prophets. I'll be touching them on their toes. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is because for us to be effective witnesses for the true gospel of Christ, we must show the people the fake. You see, we have fake money in the world today. And one of the ways to show people that there's a lot of fake money going around is to show the people the real money. And once or twice or once in a while, we have to show the people what fake money looks like. So now here, what I have is, I have loaded a video about a prophet called T.B. Joshua from Nigeria. When one mentions the name T.B. Joshua, very few people will not relate with that name. I want to put it very, 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 very simple and straight. T.B. Joshua is a false prophet. He is a wolf. He is deceiving and lying and cheating the children of God. So now, what I am going to do is I'm going to show you from his prophecies. What I've done is that I've just compiled 3 of his false prophecies which never materialized last year. So I want you to listen to this from the horse's mouth. These are the words of T.B. Joshua. And for some of us who will scrutinize and listen to what he says, I hope and I trust that you are going to agree with what I'm saying. Listen to this. I will play it. This is T.B. Joshua. Listen.
There's a big controversy going on in the world concerning Malaysia plane. They don't know where the plane is. I'm the only minister, if not only me, that God used to speak about this issue.
Okay, in case it's not clear where you are, you might not hear this video. He says there is a controversy surrounding the whole world in connection with the missing Malaysian plane. Just for the record and for current affairs, on the 8th of March in 2014, last year, an aeroplane disappeared in Malaysia. And we all know the story. If you are following current affairs, you know what I'm talking about. And then, in connection with this aeroplane, listen to what T.B. Joshua says. I'll rewind the tape so that you get him clearly. But I've given you some background information of what he's saying, so that if the video is not clear or the sound is not clear, you will hear what I have to say about him. Listen to this again. I'll play it again. Listen.
There's a big controversy going on in the world concerning Malaysia plane. They don't know where the plane is. I'm the only minister, if not only me, that God used to speak about this issue. But the whole thing is coming to an end.
Okay.
I said the whole thing.
He says the aeroplane disappears and he's the only person who knows what happened to the plane. And then this was, I think, somewhere around the 28th of March. So it was something like 2 weeks after the disappearance of the aeroplane. So he makes this bold declaration that he is the only person who knows what happens to the aeroplane. Listen to what he says happened to the plane. Listen.
Has come to an end.
It has come to an end.
In the sense that they will discover the plane.
They will discover the plane.
They will discover the particle, they will discover everything will be end from now, any moment from now.
Any moment from now. 2 weeks after the disappearance.
From now.
And people are clapping their hands.
We are not going to begin to talk about it again. This coming, we are not going to talk about it. Rather, the family concerning will know their fate. So,
in other words, what T.B. Joshua was saying since this plane disappeared on the 8th of March, so roughly, let me say, just after a month, case closed, the plane will be found. No one will talk about it. The parents and the relatives of the people who were in the plane, they will know what happened to their relatives. We all know that he is lying. Now, what pains me is that when people know that this guy is lying, they will go there again. How many times does one has to lie to be a lie? Do you need to lie 10 times for people to say you are a liar, since you are claiming that you are speaking on behalf of God? So he says, the people are not going to talk about it anymore. The plane is going to be found. And then if you continue listening to what he says on this tape, he even located the spot where the plane was going to be found. Do you know why he was saying that? Because he follows the news. And then what he follows on the news, the time I was listening to him when he was saying the plane was going to be found, even Sky News, BBC, CNN, Fox News, all Sky, Russia News, all the channels, they thought that the plane would be found. That's what he thought also. And as we all know, up to today, the plane has not been found. And what I can boldly and truly say is that this guy is a con man. And you can testify with me as if you wanted the truth, that this guy is a liar. He is cheating and deceiving the simple people. People don't want to think. So now, how do you tell people that the plane will be found? Up to now, it's more than how many months now? 10 months. And the plane has not been found. And he was lying. First prophet, where he was lying. The second one, listen to this. The second prophecy.
Unless I'm not called by God.
This is the second prophecy.
I place my career and my calling on land.
You heard him. You heard him very clearly and well. He says he places his career. So he's when he's prophesying to him, it's a career. You heard him. He says, I place my career online. Unless I have been called by God. Listen to what he says.
200 and plus children, school children, they kidnapped. They have to release it immediately. Unarmed and unhurt. Then they can wait for God's judgment.
Okay. Second prophecy. On the 14th of April 2014, about 200 or so girls were kidnapped by Muslims in northern Nigeria, in Kano State. And then he comes, TB Joshua, he says those 200 kids or those 200 girls will be found immediately. He says they are going to be found very soon. That's 2014 April. Up to today, no one knows what happened to those kids. They have not been found. They have not been released. They are still lost. And here comes a man who claims to be a prophet. He says they are going to be released immediately. What am I trying to show you? I'm just trying to show you that if you take this guy seriously, it's your fault. Because this guy is just a liar. This is just a mess. This is not true. If you just want basic truth, this is not true. We all know that kids in Nigeria are still being found, looked for, but right now they are not found. So for a man to say they will be found very soon, it's a lie. And then listen to the third prophecy. So he says he puts his career online. So for me, I don't take this guy serious. He's a clown. He's not serious. I take him as a clown, one of those clowns. So listen to the third prophecy, where he lied again, publicly, and people will clap in their hands. Listen. The other prophecy.
People of Liberia, you are released. Syria alone, you are released. People of Syria alone, you are released. Get him. You are released.
For the record, he's praying for people of Sierra Leone, people of Liberia, people of Guinea. We all know the Ebola epidemic. And listen to what he says. Here we are just meeting him, praying, and listen to what he has to say after prayer. Listen.
The hot is right off.
It's a write-off, and people are clapping their hands.
Look, the life we have been living before now, we are back to that.
So, listen to this. He says, I've prayed for Liberia, I've prayed for Guinea, I've prayed for Sierra Leone. Life is going to get to normal. And in March, I think by that time, news, they were telling us that, I think by that time when I followed properly, it was about 800 people had died. And now here comes the prophet. He tells the world that I've prayed for these countries and everything is coming back to normal. And if you and me, we know what is happening. By now, World Health Organization is saying there are more than 20,000 deaths. There are more than 10,000 or so casualties and more than 20,000 infections daily. People, the number of Ebola cases is growing up. And a man says, I've taken care of. You be the judge. My verdict is that this guy is a liar. He's a con man. And he's just a shallow con man. When I look at him, I see a shallow man. Thank you.